I-710 freeway is the heaviest truck-traveled freeway in California. It handles trucks that bring cargo from the ports of LA and Long Beach up to transloading warehouses and rail yards inland.
And there's a lot of demand to widen that freeway. And one of those aspects is either to add more lanes or to double deck the freeway or a combination of the two. The consequences tend to be pretty devastating from an environmental and from a traffic congestion perspective.
One of the things that is really important to me is looking straight at the numbers. For me, it's all about the numbers. Currently, there are 44,000 vehicles coming through this area, and if the tunnels are built, it's going to bring in 180,000. That's what's projected. So if you look at that, it's 4 times the amount of vehicles and hence congestion and traffic. You know, there's so many people saying, well, this is going to help congestion, this is going to help pollution, but the numbers just don't play out for me. It's 4 times the amount.
There's been recent studies showing that living near the freeway could cause not only asthma, also cancer, premature births, and heart disease.
El doctor que lo mira a mi hijo, él muchas veces nos recomienda, por ejemplo, cuando hay mucha contaminación, que él no esté afuera, para que también él no esté sufriendo de que no puede respirar. Yo pienso que su problema de él es por tanta contaminación que hay. Por ejemplo, su escuela de él está aquí cerquitas y de este lado está el freeway. Y hay muchísima contaminación por lo de los carros, los troques.
This freeway would do tremendous harm to our community, and we have to stop it. We really have to show solidarity on this issue.
They're stark. The demographics are extremely stark. You have in the South a very minority, low-income area who's been exposed to this type of development for many, many years. Conversely, on the north side, you have areas like South Pasadena and Pasadena, which tend to be extremely affluent, and history tells us that the connection of the 710 to the 210 freeway has been in the works for about 60 years. However, they've managed to successfully block that development from happening.
We are concerned about the needs of other cities and the problems they're facing. We're not just a, oh, we don't want it here kind of organization.
There is a slight difference in that with the expansion, we're contending with an existing freeway. In the north, there is no existing freeway, so the kind of perspective on the two projects are slightly different. There's an example of the way in which class plays out in the environment.
Yo, en mi persona, tengo una válvula artificial, o sea que estoy enferma del corazón, se me está afectando otra válvula y los doctores me han dicho que es por el ambiente que tenemos aquí. Que donde estamos ahorita es el Parque César Chávez, es donde todos los niños de aquí alrededor vienen a caminar, vienen con sus familias a hacer ejercicio. Yo también vengo aquí a hacer ejercicio diariamente. Y todo esto sí nos afecta mucho a nosotros, la contaminación del freeway. Ahora con lo que va a haber de la proposición que hay para que se amplíe el freeway, eso nos va a afectar demasiado. Bueno, nosotros no estamos en contra, simplemente que lo que queremos es que tengamos un aire limpio. Eso es lo que nosotros estamos, por decir, peleando. Pero ellos pueden seguir con su proyecto, pero siempre que nos escuchen a nosotros cuáles son nuestras necesidades.
So it won't solve the problem in that it's been historically known that every time you build or add more capacity to a freeway, that freeway is almost immediately congested within months of that fix. A lot of people who live in the region believe that there's alternatives.
When Caltrans released a draft environmental impact report, we submitted comments to that particular report, but we also submitted a recommendation for a preferred alternative.
This alternative guarantees the health of the community if they expand the freeway. We are not against that they expand the freeway, but we want them to do it in a healthy way that doesn't affect people's health.
Our confidence that they are truly analyzing it in its entirety. Well, I should say we have no confidence.
Unfortunately, we did so many things, so many steps with that alternative, but when it came to the governor's desk, he didn't sign it, he rejected. I think he rejected because he doesn't know the problems that we have here in Long Beach. He doesn't know the community. He don't understand that the most affected people are the low income, the colored people that we live in this community, near the freeway, near the port. So if there's ways to do projects safer, why they don't do the project safe?
Freeways they're sort of an old way that needs to sort of step aside and give the new ideas opportunities. Our solution is to put those rail lines underground, and by creating what we call a freight pipeline. And that freight pipeline would basically run underneath the flow of the freeway surfaces, so every time you take a container and put it into the pipeline, you've taken a truck off the freeway.
Yeah, although this freeway project has probably been one of the most engaging processes, it's still falling short. It is one of the largest infrastructure projects under review in the United States, and has major impacts and has major costs.
The estimated cost of the widening freeway on the south end has had numbers in around the $6 to $6.5 billion range. And right now, freeways are safe. Freeways are something we've learned how to do and build for over 70 years now. The problem is that there comes a time when that model no longer sufficiently solves the problem. And I believe we've reached that critical point to where freeways are no longer the solution in a heavily congested urban environment. We need new and more innovative solutions, smarter solutions.